During the last few years, it's been more and more frequent to see how there are some teams and brands developing their so-called junior teams. While on these, you will normally follow the common ladder to reach F1, which will be following the open wheel feeder series. This story, however, is a little bit different to how a current motorsport academy would work. This is the story of the Mercedes junior team. It all starts in the year 1989. Mercedes and Sauber were a really dominant force in sports car racing, and the then Mercedes-Benz Motorsports leader Jochen Negerspach came up with the idea to have 3 young and talented drivers in a Mercedes World Sports Car Championship season. The giant German brand called up the 3 best youngsters from the 1989 German Formula 3 Championship, and if I may say this lineup is by far one of the best I have seen in an actual academy. Neerspach and Jochen Maas, who was the Mercedes driver mentor, had signed Karl Wendlinger, who had won the German F3, as well as Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Michael Schumacher, who both actually finished 1 point behind Wendlinger in the championship. For the 1990 season, they would all take part in at least one race from the whole championship, alongside the Mercedes driver mentor, Jochen Maas. Wendlinger will start the season in the first 2 rounds, getting 2 second places at Suzuka and Monza. For round 3 in Silverstone, Michael Schumacher will be alongside Maas. However, the race did not go to plan. After Michael broke his joystick, he got help from his mechanics outside the pit lane, resulting in a disqualification and thus no points. In round 4 at Spa, Wendlinger was back on the spot, and they went on to win for the first time that season. Schumacher will return for the next 2 races at Dijon and Nürburgring, where he eventually finished in second place both times. For round 7, it was finally Heinz-Harald Frentzen's time at Donington Park, where he again finished in second place. After this race, there were some rumours that Frentzen was actually quicker than Schumacher on sportscars. However, whether that is true or not is still uncertain. In round 8, Wendlinger again got back to the rotating seat and finished in 9th place after a very bad race for the team at Montreal. Finally, for the last race, Schumacher stepped in for one last time as he and Maas took the last win of the season. A very good and consistent season from all 4 drivers meant that Maas, who was the only full-timer from the whole team, had finished second, just 1.5 points behind the World Drivers' Champions. After 1990, Heinz-Harald Frentzen was no longer a Mercedes Academy driver and was off to F3 full-time, while Wendlinger stayed in the Academy but also went to F3. They both followed the logical step. However, Michael Schumacher stayed for another season in the German F3, which was seen as an unlogical move. 1981 came around and the junior team will race again in the World Sports Cars Championship season. This time though, a full season together for Wendlinger and Schumacher. This season did not exactly go to plan, however. Their season opener at Suzuka ended with the engine on fire, followed by another engine issue at the next race in Monza. After a bad streak, the duo finished second at Silverstone before the first 24 hours of Le Mans together alongside Fritz Kreuzpointner. They managed to finish a solid 5th, albeit behind the race winner, the Mazda 787B, which will have its own story soon. It was back to usual for the duo at Nürburgring though, as their engine went up in flames for the second time in 5 races. At Magnico, again they had an engine issue. This time it turned out to be a water leak. It again wouldn't stop there for the Mercedes juniors, as in Mexico City they had an oil pump issue very late in the race, forcing them to retire. Finally though, they tasted glory as they went on to win the final race of the season at Autopolis. This program effectually ended up working wonders, with Schumacher becoming a 7-time F1 World Champion, Heinz-Harald Frentzen getting 3 F1 wins as well as many podiums and being close to a World Drivers' Championship, and finally Wendlinger, who got to F1 with no luck unfortunately, managed to go on and have a very successful GT career, winning 2 24 Hours of Le Mans in the GTS class as well as the 1999 FIA GT Championship. So, what do you think? Was this alternate route from Mercedes a good way of developing the drivers, or was it a weird concept which turned out to work out just fine? If you liked the video, thank you so much for watching, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope I can see you all next time around. Bye bye!